Hi, I'm Sarah from Woodville Alliance. Welcome to today's episode of our online parenting series. Today I'll be talking to you about screen time. We all know during this time, all our kids are most likely having more time looking at screens, and it's easy as a parent to fall into the trap of feeling guilty about this. So today I want to discuss ways to manage extra screen time in your home. Before we start, I want to say that every family is different, and it's important for you to do what's best for your family in your situation. It's an important time to review screen time rules you previously held in your home. I'm not suggesting that you give your kids freedom to access screens all day, but instead, these circumstances we're sitting in right now, it's a good time to sit down and plan ahead to put new rules in place for your house. Rather than focus on how much screen time right now, instead, get your kids to help you come up with rules about what they're doing online and when they're using technology. Let's talk today about what kids are doing on screens. We know right now children are using screens for education at home, as well as entertainment, and also to connect with their friends and family that they miss so much. And all three of these areas are important and shouldn't be taken away right now straight away, but it's important to note what type of screen time is being used mostly in your home right now, and try to keep a balance there. Children and young people really need connection in our current times. They're away from school and friends and really want to connect with their peers. This is why right now your children might be wanting to use more social media apps or go on to multiplayer games more than they used to. We're made to connect with each other, so it might not be a good time to ban gaming in your house. But it's a good time to just be mindful of how much social media and gaming your teenager or young person might be consuming, and put some boundaries in place where you need to. The other aspect of the what is what type of content are they accessing? I want to warn you against allowing your younger children to scroll through YouTube, as you really don't know what they might be watching. With YouTube, you play a video and then the next video automatically plays. So you don't really get to choose what your children are watching on that app. So give yourself time this week to take an audit on what apps or games your children have loaded onto their devices. What are the age restrictions on these apps or games, and how is data stored? Are there any internal ads or anything else on the app that you might not know about? If you'd like some instructions about how to access parental controls on your devices, I want to encourage you to go to www.esafety.gov.au for some instructions around this. With regards to when, start by adding boundaries to the beginning and the end of your day. Encourage children to do something non-tech related when they first wake up in the morning, and no tech 1 hour before bedtime at night. Putting these two simple boundaries in place is the easiest thing you can do right now to ensure your children are getting enough sleep. And sleep is really important for their immunity, so it's a good thing to start doing for right now. There are a few reasons why the beginning and the end of the day are a good time to have no technology. We all know the struggle of trying to pry your child away from a screen once they've started watching or using it. So it's really good to start in the morning before screens have become part of their day. There are several important reasons to turn screens off 1 hour before bedtime. Hundreds of studies have shown that screens emit blue light. Blue light affects the production of melatonin, which is our body's sleep hormone. So if we're looking at screens right before bedtime, we know it's going to take a lot longer to fall asleep. Another reason to keep screen time limited in the evenings is that there have been several studies that have shown most cyberbullying occurs at night, because at night the logical side of our brain has switched off, which is even more significant for children and teenagers. Young people are more likely to engage in cyberbullying behavior when they're in a stressed state or at nighttime. Another important thing to think about is where are your children accessing technology? I want to encourage you to limit any screen use inside bedrooms where you can't physically see the screen. I know this is challenging right now because children are home and they're using technology for schooling, but try your best to keep screens in the common areas of your home, like the kitchen, dining room, or the lounge room. This will mean that if your child does for some reason come across something inappropriate, then you're there to discuss it with them and to see what they're actually seeing. So now we've discussed what, where, and when. I want to offer you 2 more strategies to help manage screen time at home. The first of these is to promote boredom. Boredom is something kids today really struggle with. Most of the toys they play with are already programmed in a way that they don't really need to use the creative side of their brain. So encouraging boredom and time without technology, even if your kids complain about being bored, is a really important thing. Try to stick to your non-screen time plan. Maybe get your kids to help you create a boredom board, which can be a list of non-screen time activities they can pick if they start complaining about being bored. Try to include as many physical activities as possible on your non-screen time list. The last tip I want to offer you today is to show an interest in your kids' favorite technology. If your kids are into TikTok right now, become interested and ask them to show you how to use it, or do a dance with them on TikTok, or show them their favorite videos on TikTok, or it could be Instagram or whatever the app is that they're interested in. Ask to join your child in gaming, even if you're really not interested in gaming. It'll allow you to gain an insight into their online habits and will help you build a connection with your kids around technology. If your younger child likes playing that annoying app on their iPad with the annoying sounds in it, instead of sticking their headphones on and letting them play, sit with them and notice why the app has taken their attention. So I hope today you've gained some helpful insights into ways to manage screen time at home. Remember the what, where, and when, and encourage boredom and try to show an interest in their online habits. So I wish you all the very best of luck, and we'll see you next week on Woodville Alliance's online parenting series.